All right, so I think it's fair to say that I've garnered the reputation for being the biggest John Cena fanboy on YouTube, on Twitter, on TikTok, on Twitch, just about every single social media platform that I can be on. And you know what? I'm not ashamed. I don't care that I'm the 30-year-old Cena fan that The Rock was making fun of 10 years ago, and now I happen to have evolved into exactly just that. I'm part of the chain gang, loud and proud. I live and breathe hustle, loyalty, and respect. John Cena is my childhood. I grew up with John Cena being my favorite WWE superstar of all time, and at times I did grow frustrated with the Super Cena mantra that was just getting tiresome and tiresome and tiresome, but it doesn't change the fact that this man provided me with decades of some of my favorite moments, my favorite promos, and my favorite matches of all time. He is, to me, the undeniable greatest of all time, and we can have a discussion about that on some other video, but that's not what this one's about. Because with the actor strike being over, it looks like John Cena is going to be leaving us again, which is sad, and maybe never returning. I don't know. It's possible that that match at Crown Jewel was his last hoorah. So today, we're going to be celebrating John Cena. So today, I'm going to give you my 5 favorite John Cena matches of all time, 5 matches that I think are absolute must-watches. But hey, as always, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, ring that bell for notifications. If you're a wrestling fan, I'm confident that you're going to fall in love with this channel because we upload daily wrestling content. And thank you to the waves of people that are coming over to the Patreon, patreon.com/SantiZap. It's because of you that I'm able to do this on a full-time basis. So go check it out, patreon.com/SantiZap, where you're going to get the Wrestling is Cool podcast 3 days early. You're going to get my Raw and SmackDown reviews there as well, and a whole host of other different shows that I would love for you to check out. It's just more wrestling content than you're already getting here. You're already getting daily content here, but if you want even more wrestling content, go check it out. It's at the very top of the description in the pinned comment in this video, patreon.com/SantiZap. All right, let's jump into things. All right, so let's start off with John Cena versus Bray Wyatt, The Fiend, at WrestleMania 36 in the Firefly Funhouse match. A match that's barely even a match, and yet it still stands out to me as one of the greatest John Cena matches, greatest John Cena moments in WWE history. In fact, I have it up there in my top 5 WrestleMania matches of all time, because this is just such a beautiful love letter to not just wrestling fans that were a little bit concerned about where the world of professional wrestling was going to go during a time where we didn't know what was going on around the world. There was just so much uncertainty. This match really was a beacon of light to help tell the world that professional wrestling, whether it has fans or not, is going to deep into its pocket of tricks to be able to entertain fans. And this is one of the most unique pieces of production that the WWE has ever put forth. It is such a beautiful love letter to John Cena's career as well, as we see a very unique and bizarre retrospective through John Cena's career being led by Bray Wyatt in the most bananas and ridiculous ways. We see John Cena's failures unfolding before him. We see him as the prototype. We see his debut where he came out with so much hype, so much ruthless aggression, and ultimately fell flat. And Bray Wyatt continues to take us through this journey of John Cena's career, where we even get to see for a brief second the heel doctor of thugonomics that so many people have been clamoring to see again in the world of the WWE. But time after time after time, John Cena refused to turn heel. And this is ultimately the story that this match told, because it even revisited the one moment where John Cena could have embraced the hate, and he would have been justified to do the action that you're seeing here and attacking Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania 30? Was it WrestleMania 30? All right, we'll come back to that. You know, a comment section, you let me know what WrestleMania it is, because I might be blanking here, where he could have beaten Bray Wyatt with the chair and he chose not to. It is time after time after time where he let fans down, where he refused to turn heel when a huge portion of the audience wanted him to turn heel. And the match even it shows us like a weird alternate universe where John Cena does in fact turn heel. It is just as awesome as you are imagining. We got to see NWO Cena doing the Too Sweet with a version of Eric Bischoff played by Bray Wyatt. It is just such a magical, creative 20 minutes. It is one of my favorite pieces of media, period. I think it is such a wonderful wonderful love letter to wrestling fans and John Cena fans as a whole. This is my favorite version of Bray Wyatt. This is one of my favorite pieces of acting that I've ever seen from John Cena. This match is just wonderful, and you'll be smiling from ear to ear when you're watching this. I cannot recommend this match enough. And again, I know that it's barely a match, but there was a pin count at the end. The Fiend did end up winning, and it counts in the record books as an official match at WrestleMania. So get away from me if you've got that. That's not a match. Yes, it is. All right. It is a match. The world of professional wrestling is weird, bizarre, and insane and crazy. And this encapsulates all of that, and it was beautiful. All right, so let's go to a more traditional match, and one of my favorite traditional John Cena matches has to go to John Cena versus CM Punk at the 2011 Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Now, this match was telling arguably one of the greatest stories in wrestling history. The story of the outsider CM Punk, who felt unappreciated. His anger has boiled to the point where he is done with the WWE. He is sick and tired of seeing Cena get all the opportunities. He is sick and tired of seeing The Rock waltz in and go above him in the pecking order. He was sick and tired of seeing somebody like The Miz that he felt was beneath him getting a WrestleMania main event, and all of these frustrations boiled over to the point where he became the #1 contender for John Cena's WWE Championship in an event that just so happens to be the last night that he was under WWE contract. So it was a storyline of CM Punk wanting to win that WWE Championship so that he can get out of there with the biggest prize in the business, in spite and spit in the face of Vincent Kennedy McMahon. And there's no better foil. There is no better final boss for CM Punk to take on than Mr. WWE himself, John Cena, and they would go on to have a barn burner of a match. This is why I'll never, ever believe the argument that John Cena is not a good professional wrestler. Look, I get it. He isn't Daniel Bryan. He isn't going to wow you with the most amazing, beautifully flown professional wrestling holds. You know, like that's just not him. But also at the same time, it takes two to tango. And there's individuals such as CM Punk, AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan, that a lot of people think, oh, they just carried the match for John Cena. But I think that they just help mask John Cena's weaknesses, because those guys that I listed have had stinker matches with guys who are technically more sound in the ring than John Cena. So John Cena is a perfect dancing partner for somebody like a CM Punk. And it also showcased John Cena having a very innovative moveset in this match, a moveset that was very different from the moveset that he would traditionally have from like 2008 to 2010. That was Cena's very bland. That's where the term the 5 moves of doom came from. So CM Punk really at this time got the best technical match out of John Cena up until that point in his career. And again, story to me is king, and the story of this match was just one of the greatest storylines in professional wrestling history. The story was emotional. The stakes felt real. The matchup between the two felt like two giants of the industry. It was just, and let's not forget the Chicago crowd. How could I forget that? A Chicago crowd that was so behind CM Punk and so incredibly hostile to John Cena. It was everything that you could ask from a major main event. It had every single aspect that makes professional wrestling cool, and it turned it up to 10. This is one of my favorite matches of all time. This is just such a beautiful match, and it's free. It was free. Hell, the whole thing is available on the WWE YouTube page, and that is John Cena versus Shawn Michaels on an episode of Raw in 2007. Fellas, this match slaps. It is so good. It is 40 plus minutes on an episode of Raw. Shawn Michaels would, again, I don't like the term carry, but sure, carry John Cena to just such an amazing match, a match that was way better than their WrestleMania 23 main event. Frankly, I'm a little bit upset. This was the ending sequence. It's such a cool sequence. Shawn Michaels countering the AA into a beautiful sweet chin music that looked like just decapitated John Cena. My only downside of this match is that Shawn Michaels won, but it was a non-title match. I really believe that Shawn Michaels should have won the WWE Championship championship from John Cena. I know, it's crazy. The John Cena fans saying that John Cena should have lost the title. Isn't that crazy? It's almost as if I'm actually open to other things happening in professional wrestling. I just don't like blindly love John Cena, okay? I'm totally okay with seeing him lose. It's fine. If it makes sense, I'm good with it. But this match, my God, it is such a technically sound, beautiful match. This is Shawn Michaels working at his best. This is John Cena looking his best. The crowd loved this. This was a London crowd, so an international crowd that honestly goes crazy if you were to just put a rock and a potato in the ring. So imagine John Cena versus Shawn Michaels in the ring for 40 plus minutes. These guys were going absolutely bananas. Again, the only downside of this match is that it was non-title, and Shawn Michaels, he ended up winning this match clean, by the way, no shenanigans, which was a weird thing to beat John Cena without any sort of shenanigans or outside interferences or refs getting knocked out. Like, John Cena didn't lose at this time. You need to understand that. I'm pretty sure this was a year where John Cena lost single digits amount of matches throughout the entire year. That includes house shows. All right. So to lose clean on Monday Night Raw, that is not a normal thing at this time for John Cena. Again, beautiful, wonderful match. Go watch it. It's free on YouTube. So sometimes it's not about how good the actual match is. Sometimes it's about how huge the showcase for the match actually is. Because when I look at this, John Cena versus The Rock at WrestleMania 27, to me, it is actually bananas that this match even exists. It makes absolutely no sense. We have a 34-year-old prime Super Cena taking on a 39-year-old Dwayne The Rock Johnson, who at the time was already the most popular Hollywood A-lister on the planet. Sure, he'd go on to get even more famous and even bigger, but he was still ultra mega super famous and the most marketable actor at that time, and he was only 39 years old. All right, so I'm gonna make a statement here. My statement is that I do not believe that there is a single match available today that is realistic that could be bigger in terms of hype and in terms of just how grandiose and unrealistic and how and just absolute craziness it would be than John Cena versus The Rock. I don't think that The Rock versus Roman reaches that, because that's a 51-year-old Rock. It's just not the same. This match truly, don't laugh when I say this, this is once in a lifetime, because there's a meme with all of this. All right, even the song at this point is a meme. But the fact that this match, not only the fact that it exists, but the fact that it was a 1 year long feud, a match that was announced the day after WrestleMania 27 to headline WrestleMania 28, was so weird. It honestly, I didn't like it at first because I'd never seen anything like that before. But what we would end up getting slowly throughout the year, it was just some of the most memorable promo battles and memorable segments in WWE history. I will say, this was the year that The Rock quickly found out that he's just not on the same level as John Cena when it comes to mic work, okay? And look, it might just be because The Rock was a few years removed from wrestling, but I think he was expecting to steamroll Cena on the microphone, and kind of the opposite happened. Again, take it with a grain of salt, because I am wearing a John Cena hat and a John Cena shirt, but in my opinion, he absolutely raffle stomped The Rock in every single segment. The match itself, look, it's not a 5-star classic. It's not CM Punk versus John Cena. It's not Daniel Bryan, John Cena, but it's more along the lines of a Rock versus Hogan, because you're just in awe at the fact that this match even exists. And it would go for 30 minutes. And again, like, these are guys that in terms of wrestling years were in their prime. 39 years old for The Rock, 34 for Cena. So their stamina was there. Their ability to take bumps was fully there. But again, none of these guys are exactly like the greatest technical workers of all time. But I didn't care. I genuinely didn't care that this match wasn't a 5-star classic, because the crowd was reacting as if it was. And just, it did ultimately turn into a little bit of a finisher fest. In fact, the ending had John Cena going for The Rock's finisher, and then he got caught with The Rock doing the rock bottom. It's a great finishing sequence. And then the ending sequence, this beautiful, I don't know why I picked the worst looking photo ever, but hey, bear with me. The John Cena standing in front of the WrestleMania sign contemplating life would end up leading to a great storyline with John Cena trying to get back to the top of the mountain. This match is just amazing, and I'm glad it only ever happened once. Next up, let's look at John Cena versus AJ Styles. There were three, and all three of them were amazing. All three of them are in contention for being John Cena's greatest match, but I'm gonna go with the Royal Rumble match because this was the match where John Cena won his legendary 16th world title. But hey, before we do a deep dive into this, just recognize that out of the 5 matches, I picked 4 matches where John Cena lost. Let me have this one, okay? Let me talk about one where he actually won. Look, I'm gonna say this match freaking rules. It is so good. This is AJ Styles' best match in the WWE, and in my opinion, this is John Cena's greatest match in the WWE. This match slaps. It is so good. This is the best I've seen AJ Styles since he joined the WWE, and he looked so strong in this. He was going toe to toe with the monster, the champ of the WWE, the final boss of the WWE in John Cena. And again, he went toe to toe with him. He even kicked out of an Avalanche AA, let me tell you. This man, the only way he was able to be put away was with an Avalanche AA followed by an AA rolled through into another AA for the final 3 count. John Cena had to hit AJ Styles with everything, including the goddamn kitchen sink, to beat AJ Styles. That's why you can look strong even in a loss. But the match itself, it's just so good. It is a 30-minute, in my opinion, technical wonder. It is a combination of a highlight of and showcase of John Cena's raw strength and his ability to play the crowd and his ability to tell a great in-ring story with body language and facial expressions, alongside AJ Styles' technical prowess and high-flying nature. This was AJ Styles at his finest when it came to being a high flyer. In fact, this sequence here, he got caught trying to do his phenomenal forearm into the attitude adjustment. Again, this is just such an amazing, wonderful highlight of John Cena's best match and AJ Styles' best match as well. And it's also free on the WWE YouTube channel. You need to do yourself a favor and watch John Cena versus AJ Styles. You can watch all 3 of them if you want. The SummerSlam one is really good as well. But the fact that this was the rubber match, well, I guess not really the rubber match because AJ Styles won the first 2, but John Cena's last attempt to get a win from AJ Styles, it had the title on the line, a title that AJ Styles truly had been elevating. He was the champ that ran the camp. He was doing such a great job as WWE champion and borderline felt unbeatable. I mean, sure, oh my goodness, you're running into John Cena, you're guaranteed to lose. Not in this scenario. He'd already beaten John Cena twice. So it wasn't out of this wild world that AJ Styles might go 3-0 against John Cena. But again, the stakes were huge. This was for the 16th world title in front of a ruckus crowd as well. This is just, how the frig is this not a 5-star match, Meltzer? You're a fucking lunatic. This match is amazing. All right, so those are my 5 favorite John Cena matches. I'm sure I left your favorite John Cena match off this list. Probably the Edge John Cena Unforgiven match. I know that's on a lot of people's lists, but hey, you tell me, what is your favorite John Cena must-watch match? Let me know in the comments of this video. If you don't have anything to say, just toss an emoji in there, okay? Just helps with the YouTube algorithm, okay? Appreciate it. All right, I'm done. Get out of here.